January, it's New Year.
Neither of us have got 2020 vision.
No. Or 2020 Super Baseball yet. So, which I want for the Geo, because it's this year. And because of it being 2020, the price of it has actually shot up from about £80 to about 140. So fuck off.
Not £2,020, just a...
No, just sort of round it out nicely. But probably the AAS version will be soon. So, but yeah, December pickups. We hope you're going to have like a great Christmas, as we've probably said many times.
Yeah, watch the Christmas episode.
Yeah. And like a great New Year and stuff. And
you wasn't ill all over Christmas like I was.
Or have chopping toothache like I did. So
the second year in a row.
Yes. So, I mean, last year it was for a much longer time. So that was not pleasant last year.
Yes, it was like the extended edition of.
Yes.
Extended edition.
I said before, this time it was the Amazon Prime version of newspaper, and it was done fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right, and I mean, the first thing I will show off, which I haven't got the box here, I'm not sure I'll put it, it's in the bedroom somewhere, and that is what Cliff got me for Christmas. And video game related, it is the PlayStation VR, the Mark II one. Which is really awesome. I love it. It's really nice to have a lot of my passion for playing games and stuff. I mean, I have said many times when we've been talking that I have a problem with immersion in games.
Yeah.
I can't really get into them and stuff a lot of the time anymore. And with the headset, it's a fucking game changer. I mean, yeah, the graphics aren't as good. There's some blurriness. You really need to kind of like look into the settings and change your eye width and stuff on it, and that improves things.
Settings.
Yeah, that's the one. We were discussing it
Different
earlier. How like all the options for are fucking hidden.
If let's say if it's not there, just go watch a YouTube video or something, because there are settings in different places.
There's lots of videos saying how to make PSVR less blurry. There's loads of them, so just watch one of those.
See, when I had a PSVR, I had the Mark 1, and I said that was a priority that when I knew I was getting one for Christmas, it had to be a Mark 2 just because of the general improvements, and it keeps more light out. Yeah,
but the biggest problem is you have glasses, and it doesn't matter, unless they make one especially for people with glasses, you're not going to get full light blockage, you shouldn't really be putting the lens right up against the glasses.
Shouldn't they be plugging into my brain by now?
I've got to find it first.
It's down there somewhere, I think, about there. But yeah, so the following week I had like many messages over him going VR mad, VR crazy.
But that will be another video. I have actually a great big pile of PSVR stuff, and I kind of went a bit loopy and stuff. I mean, Christmas had been done and stuff, and I had money again and stuff. So
for a little while.
And but everything was basically bought in the sales. I mean, honestly, most of it was £6 or so. When you look at it, it was like, 3 years ago, and all the games were like £50 each. The machine was almost 400, wasn't it?
Yeah.
350 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I know, I paid quite high for it when I got it.
Or whatever it was. It was about £400 for the machine, and all the games were like £40 each.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, you could get over Christmas. If you were lucky, you could have got one with a big pile of games for £170, £160.
That's the game offer, weren't
it? If you were lucky. But that we can't really say that's how much they were, because you'd have to be fucking lucky to get one. You'd have to be, you'd have to queue up and know it's there and do it that way. Realistically, off of Amazon, you could have got one for 200.
Yeah.
With like 5 games like Skyrim and Moss and a few other ones. And so
the one thing we have to say though is just make sure the VR games still work.
Yes. Starblood Arena, we're looking at you.
You don't do nothing in it at all.
No, you can do the tutorial. Yeah, that's it. None of the single player missions and stuff.
So because the servers are gone, it's gone completely.
Yep, complete game. Apparently there were talks about Starblood Arena having a patch so you could at least play the one-player campaign.
Yeah.
But no, They never did. Never got around to it.
Naughty, naughty.
Yeah, naughty, naughty, very naughty. Yeah, but like I say, I will be doing a video on that. I will be trying to get Cliff to do a little snippet.
I will play.
It doesn't have to be long.
Yeah.
But I think it's something he has to experience. And when I was speaking to Cliff, and
It's
the
a
main
VR game, by the way.
and the main reason he actually, I think, got me the VR, because it was something I desperately wanted to play and experience, whatever it was, and that was the VR section of Ace Combat 7. And I said, like, on the video, if you kind of watch it when I actually got it, it's like, I'm getting Ace Combat 7, basically.
And watch it again and again and again. Put it on loop, just keep watching it.
But with different accounts.
Yeah. And message your friends.
I mean, we're not going to get money or anything for it, but
No.
it helps our egos massively.
Yeah.
We like getting views. Getting
Yeah.
views actually makes us feel like we're doing something,
Yes.
which we're not.
We have a purpose.
Yes.
We are entertaining Andrew and the crew.
I personally rather have a porpoise or some form
Porpoise,
of dolphin.
yeah.
Some form of dolphin.
Where would you put it? You've got no space in here as it is.
That's true. That is true. Maybe a virtual one that I can just kind of like pet it with my...
Oh, just get your Dreamcast out and play some Echo.
That is true. That is true. But,
Yeah.
but anyway, Ace Combat. I will say I bought this purely for the VR missions. I was very misled by Johnny Millennium's video when he was talking about
Happy
it.
Console Gamer, we're looking at you.
And he kind of like, he did that sort of thing he kind of does where he's kind of like trying to be all positive and stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't point out very obvious negatives. Now, yeah, you know, the single campaign is good at Ace Combat and stuff, and the VR campaign is brilliant and stuff. But there's only 3 missions in the VR campaign. There's like 18 or something in that region in the
There's
actual
loads of
single
updates,
player,
though, isn't there? Yeah.
and stuff. And there are more
Versus, you can get other people in to do
yeah. You know,
scenarios.
You've got online verses that are like almost like raid style missions where you get like co-op and stuff, and you go in there and stuff. You know, with all the downloadable stuff in there. And also, do not be if you're only interested in the VR and you get the VR version. You know, you get the game to play the VR version. Do not be fooled by the way the DLC is worded. It says that the DLC has like VR content, and it doesn't. It is literally a like a vanilla.
Code.
It's a vanilla stamp that they actually put on every game that has VR modes, and they have DLC for.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah.
the DLC itself does not have any VR.
Unless, of course, since we filmed this video, they've released a patch to include DLC
Yes,
VR.
yes, which is true, but I'm seriously doubtful. You look at all the videos and all the kind of forum stuff, and you've just got people pleading for more VR missions.
Yeah.
Because, honest to God, it's a fucking game changer. There's only 3 missions. I mean, I only really play the first mission. It's a dogfighting thing, and it's amazing. The difference between the regular game and the immersion of the VR version is just huge. I mean, I don't think we filmed it when we had that conversation when we were talking about flight sims and Ace Combat and stuff, about how I find them kind of a bit dull. I mean, it's not that they're bad, but they just don't really feel very exciting. They really don't. I don't think so. When you sort of play Ace Combat, you know, you're flying along really fast and you're firing missiles and things are blowing up. But there's no visceralness to it. I mean, I've played them since like F16 on the fucking Amiga and stuff, you know.
Fighting Falcon.
Yeah, that's the one. And by Microbrews. But yeah, you know, it's always been dull, you know. And this just feels amazing. I mean, no, it's not a flight sim. It's realistic enough to feel like you're fucking flying, but it's not a flight sim. You can do things with a plane that will just put you into a flat spin in a real plane and just completely fuck you up. You can
You're
stall.
not falling over yet then.
You can stall. Not actually sit down. Always sit down and play it.
Yeah.
I mean, nearly all the games that I've sat down and played. I haven't actually played any of the standing up games yet. I have sat down to play everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I mean seriously, I'm sitting on the chair, right, and I'm like fucking, I like watching the fucking MiGs and stuff, and like fucking the planes coming up, and I'm like fucking aiming, and then I'm like looking for more fucking MiGs, and I'm banking over, and oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, it's like it was really nice to actually feel excited by games again. It was a really, really, really good feeling, you know. It's an even better feeling to not be throwing up because I don't suffer from motion sickness. I got some collywobbles from certain other games. I played one other game first, and it involved just going down little dips here and there.
Yeah.
And I just felt myself go, you know, and that was it. That was just all I got. And that went away very quickly over the process of a couple of days. Motion sickness isn't a thing that you just have. If you have motion sickness and suffer from motion sickness, you can ease it down. You might not, you know, you should be able to pretty much make it completely manageable.
Kind of build up a resistance.
You build up a resistance. You basically, the trick is, from what I read, was to basically do it in such a way you don't make yourself sick. So do something very gentle and keep building that up over a gradual period of time, and build up the amount of time you're doing it for a while, and you'll get a resistance to it. I mean, it's like they say finding your sea legs. I mean, that is, you know, seasickness is motion sickness, and that is literally what you need to do. You need to find your sea legs, just kind of, you know, balance it. But don't push it so hard that you make yourself sick, because that will slow down the actual amount of like resistance you kind of gain, you know.
Yeah.
That from what I read, you know.
I was working on the boats. I was doing the lobster pots and all
Yeah,
that back in the day, many
yeah.
years ago, over 2 years.
Yeah.
I never really got any better, but some days when it was really bad, I just wasn't ill, and it didn't make no sense. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. But like you said, like you were kind of doing it to a point where you were getting sick, weren't you? When you was doing it, you were getting to a point where
to be sick.
exactly. You kind of like you need to do it to a point where you're not really getting sick. You know, it's from what they were saying. It's all to do with the inner ear and stuff. It's kind of a complicated thing.
My Kira loved that. I just remember the first thing she did was punch me in the face, and she was trying to grab something in the air. That was great. That was a proper smack as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ow. She was like, oh, wow, you could feel it as well, Dad. Like, no, that's my face.
I gotta admit, it's like I put the I put a different game on first, and I read up about how to try and approach VR. I wanted to try and do it gentle, and I was like, no, sod it. I mean, I will kind of go for a fairly motiony game and see how we get on.
Yeah.
And I played it for about an hour, on and off.
Yeah.
And then I switched over and I put the PS VR World's demo on, like the demo of the demo, if you know what I mean. And I couldn't work out how to actually get into the game. I don't know if you can. I mean, there's probably like one game with a demo on it or something.
30 seconds you can play or something.
Yeah, something like that. I couldn't work out how to get in there. But there's that bouncing ball thing with the pad. Oh, that's fucking awesome! I'm like, yeah, fucking bounce that fucking ball, you know. And yeah, that was cool. So I got like 5 minutes of childish enjoyment from that. And then I literally put on Ace Combat. So, and I say the whole thing. I mean, the plane comes up out of the carrier in an F-18. You see the cockpit, and you're like, holy shit! I'm sitting in a fucking cockpit. And you know, you look over because it's like you're coming up, and you see like you know the carrier. So you're looking over at the other ships. You're looking up at the control tower. There's all the kind of deck crew kind of wandering around and stuff. There's another F-18 on the launch pad and stuff, and you're being like, you know, you're taxiing next to it so you can like take off. And the first one launches, and of course you've got the loud sound because you're wearing the noise cancelling headphones and stuff, and you know, and it takes off, and they sort of say, you know, take off next, blah blah blah. And I hadn't even looked at the controls. I didn't even know what the controls were. And it did come up like press R to accelerate, and I was like, take off, and it's like all of a sudden the plane drops off the end of the runway. I'm like, oh, I'm flying, oh fuck, you know, and like, you know, I kind of like, and I was like, oh, the cloud, clouds, you know, and you're like flying about and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know, I was like in the fucking Red Arrows or something, you know.
I got that from the Star Wars Battlefront add-on. When I first played that, I know it ain't good, but I got that straight away. I was like, I'm in an X-Wing.
I find that, so like I said, I played Ace Combat first, and playing the X-Wing game, it feels too floaty. It feels like you're in a floaty ball where you can just go up and down and you're floaty. When you look at Star Wars, they fly like Spitfires.
Yeah.
No? They fly like conventional. Yeah, they fly like conventional planes. They fly like, you know.
Even though there's no gravity in space.
Exactly. But apparently not in like episodes 4, 5 and 6 there is gravity in space.
And episode 8, don't forget, if they're on out of fuel, they slow down.
Oh, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Episode 8, people say that, and it's like, no, I could see fucking Han Solo having to fucking fork out for fuel.
Did you call the AA?
Yeah. No, I can see him. No, he'd be sensible. He'd fucking buy the fuel at a fucking station, you know, go into a bar, get fucking laid, and then go back when the fucking petrol tank's full. You know, that's what he'd do. That's just,
and he'd steal the peanuts.
Exactly. and that would just be realistic. I mean, I don't see, of all the horrendous things Episode 8 did, I don't see why the fuel thing is such an issue for so many people. I don't actually get that.
We shouldn't talk about episode 8, it doesn't exist.
There's so many other things that are really, really bad. But back onto my little journey in Ace Combat. And it was like, I mean, I was kind of, you know,
Was you Maverick?
No.
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 Was you Iceman?
No.
No, you was Michael Ironside, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. No. I was Iron Eagle. You know.
Oh, I knew, yeah, of course. How could I forget that?
Yeah.
How the hell... But you was actually Lewis Gossett Jr.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to make Lewis Gossett Jr. throw up his fucking breakfast. But like I say, I mean, you know, it's like, I didn't know if you were a pilot or an astronaut. But that's basically what I was doing. So I just basically went into doing some mad rolls and flips. And I didn't really kind of like get used to looking at my HUD and my automata and my all that stuff.
Did they do a flight stick for the PS4?
Yeah, they do.
Did they actually do one? Yeah.
Horry do one, and I think Thrustmaster do one as well. I think it's the HOTUS.
Can't plug the Sega Saturn one in.
No, these are good. It's nice analog. I'm not sure if they've got force feedback. I'm not sure if they've got force feedback or not. But the biggest problem is, I mean, yeah, they're a really cool thing and everything, but the problem is you've got a bucket on your head. You can't see where your hands are in relation to the controls. So getting to some of the buttons and stuff, they're a little awkward.
You can imagine it. Where is it?
Yeah. At least with a PlayStation pad, you know where the fucking thing is. I mean, hell yes, I want the fucking flight stick. I mean, you'd have to mount it on something. I mean, obviously, with like a real plane, you know, you want like the stick there. You want the stick there, and you want the throttle, you know, on your hand. And you don't want it like, because it's kind of set like that. So
don't want it in a table in front of you like that.
It literally it's like that, but you kind of take it apart, so you can actually have
Split
it
in
separate.
half.
Yeah, you actually have it separate. So it's like that would be
The Ferrari do one, like, do the steering wheels. Oh.
That's
when
it's just,
sell your car to buy
it's
a
not
joystick.
Ferrari that do them. It's a Ferrari license, but it's generally Thrustmaster that do them and charge you a fortune for them. Fanatic used to do the Ferrari wheels, and I think Thrustmaster did them. I'm not sure. But you know, I know Fanatic used to do them, and they were really expensive, but they were really nice. They were leather, and you know. But crazy, you can buy a nice car for the price of those. Decent little second-hand
But footballers don't care. Footballers buy them if they want them.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I say I kind of like did all this crazy shit. I wasn't looking at my fucking instruments, and I basically crashed and fucking burned before I even got to any of the actual targets or enemies or anywhere I was supposed to be going, because I was just basically, I'm flying through the clouds and like my fucking cockpit fucking ices up and it looks fucking amazing. And then like I flew the second time I got into combat, And I didn't know what the buttons were, so I was struggling to actually find what was my guns, what was my lock, because you have to kind of like change your lock on to like whatever target's in front of you, like manually with the triangle one, and then fire your missiles with a circle, and your guns are X. I can't remember what square is done. Square changes your type of missiles. Square changes your type of missiles.
Ram, Sidewinder, and all that.
That's
sort
the
of
one.
stuff.
So you know.
It's been a while since I spoke about cyber missiles.
But yeah, you know, so it's fucking amazing. Like I say, by the time I had my, I cancelled from that. I stopped. I went back out completely to the main menus, out of the VR, completely to the main menus. Looked at the controls, went back in, and right, gonna fucking have you. And again, you know, up on the carrier, oh look, it's very amazing. And then like, you know, straight off the end of the fucking runway, and, oh, I'm flying again. You know, and yeah, you know, off to the fucking MiGs and stuff. And by the end of that, I was literally like, you know, I was looking around for the MiGs and stuff, spotting them and kind of like blowing the fucking shit out of them. And you know, you're literally kind of coming right up onto them, just blowing the crap out of them, and then barrel rolling through the fucking wreckage. You know, all the smoke going around you, and you basically go, oh fucking yes! You know, and oh my god, that was a whale of a fucking time. It's a fucking experience. I played quite a few games, and like nothing has actually touched that. It would be a hard thing to recommend as a first game to play in VR, because it is very motiony and stuff. You know, especially if you start looking around for other planes and stuff, because you know you're doing this and it's all moving around. I had no problems. With that. But it would be but oh my god, it's the best fucking experience at the same point. I mean, I just want to say, just try that one. If you try any VR game, try that one. You know, I mean, yes, it's a very mixed message. I mean, what I'm basically saying is, oh my god, it's the best one, try it, but be warned, be wary of the motion sickness and
build yourself up to
stuff.
it, basically.
Yeah, well, I would basically say put it on for 4 to 5 minutes. Take the helmet off, see how you feel. Just get your bearings again and stuff, because you can be disorientated when you take the helmet off. Just get your bearings, maybe for a minute or two. See how you feel, and then put the helmet back on and finish off. Or say, oh no, I am actually feeling a little bit. That was amazing, but you know, you know. So that's what I would recommend. Like, if you kind of like try and play the complete mission because you're fucking loving it and it's great, and you say yeah, you could come off of that like 10 to 15 minutes later and feel like utter garbage for quite a while. You know, be wary of that, please. You know, I didn't. I have no problem with that at all. I mean, Cliff really is the exact opposite of that. You know, you really do.
Not as bad as Anthony.
No, nowhere near as bad as Anthony.
But yeah, I did have a bit of the, and a few days to recover sometimes.
Because I have to admit, I was getting stomach wobbles. I mean, even if, you know, at this point, I have been playing VR for about 4 or 5 days. A good few hours a day. And stuff, and I built like quite a good resistance. And when I put on the X-Wing one, I did get that, but I'm not going to mention that as pick-up bits. That'll come in the VR video. I did, because like I said, because it feels very floaty, like you're in a bubble and it's moving up and down, and I did get some collie wobbles with it. And I hadn't had that for a couple of days from anything, you know, and I did find that made me feel very wobbly. It was something to do with the way it feels floaty that made my stomach kind of like queasy. With the plane, because you're making the forward motion, and because it's literally working like a plane, you're working with the gravity and stuff. It didn't do it, you know. It really didn't do it. So, this is strange. But anyway, enough VR rambling. I mean, I will
get ready for the long video.
Yeah, the long video, but that won't have the whole Ace Combat thing. We'll have to reference this video for the mad Ace Combatness.
Or I'll have played it. Maybe we'll have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I say will because I say we'll get
Yeah.
Cliff's idea on it and see how he feels about it and stuff, you know. And you know,
I'm not on the floor going.
I will possibly play some videos, or we'll look at some trailers and stuff, and we'll discuss some VR stuff, so we can both talk about it properly, and just thoughts and ideas and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There are a few games and stuff, and like you know, it'll probably be a video of like this silly fucker got me a VR for Christmas. Should you get one too in 2020? You know, I mean, yeah, the PS5 is probably coming soon. The VR on that is probably going to be way fucking better. I mean, the VR, I say, it is kind of a little blurry. The resolution is a little low. The quality of the rendering and the textures and stuff.
But
lower
don't
than
they say the
PS.
Pro improves it a little bit?
Yes, yes. I am running a Slim. You know, I am running a Slim. So it is supposed to be much improved on a Pro. But I don't have a Pro. I would like a Pro, but you know, especially with the 5 coming along.
Yeah.
There have been talks about like the possibility of like forward compatibility, so you might be able to use the PSVR with the 5. But what they reckon from patents and stuff that have been made is that the VR that's coming out on the 5 will not use like light motion and camera tracking.
Right.
It will have internal sensors
That'd be
and
pretty
stuff,
cool.
and it will work that way. So it will
Plug your
be
switch pads into it.
so it will be a new system. So
Yeah.
hopefully, much higher resolution screen, reduced blurriness. You know, perhaps a better guard for like light and stuff, and you know. And otherwise, the version 2 is really comfortable. I have no discomfort from it. I mean, I have worn it, I say, 8 hours one day. I mean, I took lots of breaks,
Yeah.
but you know, I wore it for about 8 hours, and I had no neck discomfort or head discomfort or anything. You know, so
It's always a good sign.
yeah. I haven't really played many of the games with head aiming. You know, so
You've just got the little headphones, haven't you? Not the big ones.
yeah.
The big ones are supposed to be a lot better as well.
Yeah. I got a headache. I did get a headache, but I think that was the earphones, because I don't get on that well with in-ear earphones. I never have done. I need to get myself some other things, but I say you know, I bought a few games and stuff, and just like Christmas and stuff. I'm like, you know, I broke, you know, so I got the ones in the sale that I really wanted because they were in the sale. They were like £6 instead of like 20. So yeah, you know, it kind of had to be done. So
Yeah.
but anyway,
So keep your eye out for the PSV video coming in future.
yes, coming sort of soonish. Not
If
yet.
we know our schedule.
Soon. Yeah, so expect it just before like you know PS5 VR comes out. So
In 2028.
yes, that's the one.
Yeah. But before we go on to games, somebody won a contest this month.
Oh yes, I won a painting contest. Well, I didn't win. I got second.
Oh, second, yes,
I got
sorry.
second place, so.
Got a second.
But yeah, I still won a nice prize, which is
This is what he painted. Look, here's pictures. Or video footage. Whatever I do after we film this.
any pictures.
Future planning again.
Any pictures.
Yeah.
Any pictures.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I won we mentioned before my Deadpool and Barbarella. They were by ny3dcreations.com, and I basically won from them a Black Widow kit, which I will be making up and painting and stuff when I get it, and all will be very good. You know, so yeah, super chuffed for that. Thanks to everyone who like organised the competition and stuff. I mean, first prize was a really nice airbrush, and I really did need a new airbrush, but I'm chuffed to bits with that second.
The Mikasa
prize,
is
so.
awesome, I mean. Yeah. Meanwhile, he also did.
Well, the thing was, when I was doing my Mikasa, the main reason I did that is because I got Cliff's eldest daughter a couple of years ago. She expressed perhaps that she might want to do a garage kit. And so I kind of got one. And it sat there for a while, and she was really anxious and sort of nervous about screwing it up and stuff. And I did say to her, if you really don't want to, you know, if you're really too bothered about it, I'll do it for you. You know, and she was like, hey, you know what, yeah, you know, eventually. And it was Levi from Attack on Titan. rather than Mikasa, the little short guy.
This was conveniently placed right in front of the camera.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
I mean, this guy is nuts with the kits he does. I mean, if you can see all the wires back there and the way he's actually painted the individual badge, logo, emblem, or whatever it is, all that. Yeah, I mean, the swords, what the bloody hell are they called again?
Swords.
Minerva gear.
Maneuver gear.
Minerva gear.
Minerva gear would be like Carl Clover or something, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? So.
But yeah, look at that, how amazing is that? And on this one, yeah?
Maybe probably about 10 hours or something.
Yeah.
So,
That is awesome.
It took a little while to do the maneuver gear and stuff, so
Yeah.
it was like
So fiddly in small bits.
it was like sort of six or so hours, 7 hours to do like the figure and the base and stuff, and then like another 3 hours to do all the maneuver gear stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to mask the metal areas off and stuff. And,
Compared to Mikasa, which one would you say took longest?
about the same. About the same. So I literally did them at the same time because they're like the same colours.
Yeah.
So I had the colours mixed in the airbrush or the paint pots or the mixing pots or whatever when I was like brushing and stuff as well. So I just basically did them both together.
Yeah.
The only difference is Mikasa has a different skin tone. Levi has a slightly greyish skin, so I did.
With his poorly ankle.
Yes, I did a different. I did a different base colour. I used some of the same shading colours. I used Mikasa, but the base colour was different, and then so they actually look quite different when you put them side by side. But there is some of the same colour in there. So.
And an annoying note: Attack on Titan has actually been cancelled. The anime series.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're not even going to finish this one off. They're done with it. It's gone.
Because what are they
Too far
on?
behind. That's what I said. They were too far behind. They're never going to catch up, so they stopped it.
Yeah. That is kind of annoying.
I was enjoying it.
I mean, there's certain things that were really weird. There's a certain series that happened with, and they brought out a movie. Like Akira, for example, like Akira the manga. Okay, that's fucking ginormous. It's really long, and an awful lot happens. If you've only ever seen the anime movie, consider reading the manga because. Yeah. The manga is really in depth. It's completely fucking different, really. There's certain bits are very similar, and then certain sections are completely different. Like the bit where they actually find Akira is completely different. There's a huge section afterwards and stuff. But the movie Akira actually came out before they actually finished off the manga. They've been going for so long, the movie come out, and then kind of like the manga come along and then finished it off, sort of thing. It's very strange. It's like also Galaxy Express in the 70s. That series, the anime series, had been going on for ages, and they brought a movie out, and I love the movie as well. The movie is fantastic, and the series, they're really dark, they're really fucking good. Yeah. It's another thing that Joy Millennium kind of like is belted on about. I did check it out and I really fucking like it. I liked the Leiji Matsumoto stuff, who did Star Blazers or Battleship Yamato, whatever they call it. And he did Captain Harlock as well, and that sort of stuff. And they might just appear in Galaxy Express. I'm not going to say. Anyway, but Galaxy Express, the movie did come out before the series ended. So you kind of got the ending of the series in the movie. The movie was... We were talking earlier about ones that are retellings of the series, but they're movies. And the Japanese did that quite a lot. I mean, yes, they did sometimes take the TV series and cut them into movies, which is a different thing entirely. But, they did very often remake series completely into movies. Really, really soon after the series had actually finished. I mean, I understand like doing a Transformers the movie, like you do the series and then you continue it with a great big crescendo thing with a movie. Yeah. But they didn't do that. They just remade the TV series and just higher quality animation and better production.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star is another one. Yeah, good call. That's another one. You're already dead.
Not the Gary Daniels movie.
No. The one where Jagi kind of like defeats him by shooting him with a gun. You know, it's like, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get into that. But yeah,
Well, the first time I ever actually saw Akira, if I remember correctly, I think my buddy Alex back in the day bought it. He got it from Soundhouse in Deal. And it was kind of like, oh, manga anime thing. I watched that. I remember watching it with him, and I'm thinking it was cool because animation, but not particularly be getting into it. That was my initial feeling with that. What I got into manga, what got me was fucking Ninja Scroll.
yeah.
Oh,
I was about to say, it's
Yeah.
really strange because Akira is super fucking stylish. It's a great film. It doesn't have that like kind of grab action sort of thing. It's kind of a cerebral style thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's more sort of substance than it is like action. It's a strange beast. I mean, 'cause I completely agree with you. Because later on, I actually learned to appreciate Akira a lot more. But the first time I saw it, I thought it was amazing in its style and that. But the story didn't grab me or interest me very much.
No.
I loved all the biker shit and stuff, you know, I'm really into bikes and stuff anyway. But this whole kind of like, especially Japanese bikes, and the whole kind of idea of these like Neo-Tokyo biker kid gang things, you know.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
if you know, it's based very much on the Bososoku, which are the Japanese biker gangs that they actually had in Japan at the time. And they were essentially high school kids. They were like 15, 16, you know. And they would buy these larger motorcycles, old motorcycles, like 10, 15 years old. Like,
like the moped gangs we get over here.
oh, God. No, these were like, you know, GS 400s, you know.
Yeah.
The way the Japanese licenses and stuff work, they were like 400s or 750s or whatever, but, you know.
That's some
Generally they were
power,
like 400s, but they were big, you know. They weren't like, you know, these moped boys. Or the ones, or even the 125 lads, you know. The 125
dirt bikes.
Yeah. The 125 lads we used to have like during the 80s with like, the RD 125s and TZRs and the, you know, NSRs and that sort of stuff, you know. These were actually like proper bloody big bikes, and they had very unique styling, like really weird seats that come up like fucking up here somewhere, and like mud guards would be weird, and they had pipes that come up the fucking back like this. Really strange and very interesting. I mean, they're not sort of my style, but they're so weird and interesting. I want to say they were cool, but they're not necessarily what I would consider cool. They're awesome, you know. But they're kind of really strange and very Japanese-centric sort of thing. You know? They used to spend like, you know, they wouldn't go out like drinking and taking drugs. All their money would go towards these bikes. All the money. And they'd go out fighting all the time and stuff. But all the money and stuff was like, you know, on that. The Japanese police completely cracked down the Bososokus eventually. Like now, they're almost non-existent. You get people who are Bososoku in style only. They're not actually like, you
cosplay.
know, basically, you know, they're like wannabes.
We're going to cosplay. It's not real.
They basically, it's the equivalent of if you see a guy in a studded leather jacket riding a Norton with a little piss pot helmet and goggles in this country as a greaser.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's an era that's gone, you know. He's kind of like, you know, he's got a style, but he's not actually that anymore. You know?
He's out of time.
It is kind of a wannabe thing, you know. It's cool, you know. I mean, I love those like Nortons, feather beds, and Norvins, and all those kind of things. They look amazing, you know. And the sort of triumphs of the sort of ton up like low bars, like this sort of thing, you know. From the 60s and 70s, whatever. That's all a really cool style. I really do love that. You can even buy new bikes that are like that, you know, like the Triumph Fuxton and some such, which are styled to look like a really old bike, but you got modern technology and stuff. But anyway, I was actually going to say, before I completely sidetracked my fucking self,
which is why you guys are here. And also, my Bayonetta got fixed, but he's repaired it, so
yeah. We were talking about how fragile that was when I gave it to him.
Not fixed.
And it basically, you know, it didn't make the journey home, unfortunately.
A tiny little bump that he noticed that I didn't when I was walking out.
But the problem is, he had like 6 million fucking bags of shit.
I was like,
I'm on the way out.
Like this, literally.
Yeah. So he kind of, as he went out the fucking door and turned the corner, it kind of bashed against the side. So, yeah, you know, But yeah, it's all fixed now. It's all done now.
And she looks good in the cabinet. I mean, take a look.
Yay! So, I mean, I hadn't seen this picture yet, but I saw the picture he did send of like when it got home and it was still broken.
It was still kind of connected.
And the two still look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They look really great in the cabinet, and
yeah,
you know, I'm sort of really
cool.
chuffed you found that
Really
stuff.
chuffed. So we both got something for each other that we're really super chuffed about. Can't really play with mine though. I mean, I can. Well, I suppose I could in a really wrong way, but I don't know. No. But anyway,
I knew I should have put more fucking lacquer on it. But yeah,
you didn't already.
But yeah, it was the basic thing of like. So everyone in the UK sort of seems to think very much that Akira was the first manga video that they released, and it wasn't. You know, and I literally mean the label manga. That's kind of why people started to call anime manga, was because of manga video. And even saying it that way is confusing. We've done the whole manga thing before. Manga. You know, and which is how it's supposed to be pronounced, but all the adverts and stuff and trailers on the beginning of a manga video, it says manga video. They say, coming from manga video! You know. And
best voiceovers ever.
Yeah. It's, you know, this badass Mo's going to do this and do that.
Generally, all those trailers are when you're trying to track it. We watched it a few times. Track it, because that line at the top.
Yeah. But yeah, you know.
You younger folk don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I say Akira was actually released by the company that made manga videos, but they didn't actually make it a brand until after Akira. From the popularity of Akira, they were like, you know what, I think we're onto something. If we bring this Japanese stuff over here, let's make a label and start releasing it. Akira was later released as a manga video, but the original release of it wasn't, and it did kind of, you know, the very first, to my memory, the very first one that I saw was Fist of the North Star. That was the first one they released, to my knowledge. The ones released very soon, like Venus Wars and a few other ones and stuff, but I'm pretty sure the Fist of the North Star was the very first one. Yeah. And what a one to fucking release, you know. That was bloody awesome. Really, really good. And also...
Didn't they also release them in like 3 episodes of tape at some point? In a collection somehow, like a Partworks monthly video.
Yeah. They used to do that all the time. I mean, I used to collect all of them. I mean, I remember I had Giant Robo, and they never released like the last episode.
How long did it take us to see the last episode?
I did not see the last episode till it was shown on some UK fucking late night thing. It was like Bravo or something, or Sci-Fi. It was like one of those sort of types of channels. And
Bravo's gone now, isn't it?
A long time ago. A really long time ago.
And Sci-Fi is now Skiffy.
Siffy.
Yeah.
Syphilis. But it's the whole thing of
manga.
You know, it is the whole thing of... I can't even remember what's going now. There's the whole thing of something.
There we go. This is a long video. I had to recharge him.
Yes, this is a really long video. I mean,
Clockwork Night going on there.
We have rambled like fuck. If you know, I mean,
I've nodded.
We do apologise if we have wasted your time. If you have not enjoyed this, if you haven't enjoyed our stupid ramblings,
and if you finish your breakfast and still sat there eating, or no, not eating, watching. Yeah.
I mean, you probably threw a cup of tea and about 2 packets of biscuits by now. We do apologise.
I'm thinking I'm 2 hours late for work.
We do still have like 2. I still do have like 2.
Should we talk about some games now?
Yes, let's actually do some pickups. You know. So there's only 2 left. No, 3 left. No, 3 left. So first one is this disc release. It's dirt cheap at the moment. I mean, I paid for this before Christmas. I think it was £4. It could have been 5, but anything sub 5 is a bit. You can get it for like
£2.99.
Yeah, £3. So you know, £3. I mean, that's silly. You know. I don't even know it's any good. I mean, I think the trick is for this, with it being so cheap, is to actually get you and all your friends to buy it, and then kind of 4 players and sort of play it online.
Yeah, you take the servers down because EA are EA.
Yes. Play it while you can. Play it while you fucking can. Starblood fucking arena. But yeah, it's you know, I love my Bioware.
I like the trailer to it. The javelin suits. Wow, when I first saw it I was like wow, but when it came out I don't know what was actually wrong with it when it came out. Was it just a mess or did it not sell?
The biggest problem is the biggest appeal of BioWare stuff is a single player game with a big environment, lots of choice and interactions.
Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Knights of the Republic.
And all that stuff. I mean those are the biggest attractions. And they basically turned it into Destiny, which is what it basically is. This is very much essentially Destiny with a little hub world where you kind of do your like Mass Effect interactions and then go and then go out into a Destiny world and like do Destiny things in a robot suit. You know, that is essentially what you do. And I played the demo and I had big problems with the bullet sponginess, you know. Massive problem. That's when I could get the demo to work. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get me actually into the demo to actually make it work.
Why?
It was all kind of bugs and server issues, all kinds of shit. I don't know how bad the actual game was.
EA going, hey, it's not going to work. You have to buy the full game.
I don't know how bad the actual game was for that functionality and stuff. So this is still sealed. It's the PlayStation VR's fault going back to that, but that's still sealed.
Thing is, I do know that they've now cut off. There's no more new content coming to it. They're just making it stable, and then they're moving on to hopefully via page, as she keeps going on about Dragon Age 4. Yeah. 4? Yeah.
I think with the rumours are correct, okay, and there's a lot of them floating around about Knights of the Old Republic perhaps being a new Star Wars movie, a new franchise or whatever, and stuff like that. Apparently Darth Revan is kind of like canon now.
Oh, right.
And due to something that was in episode 9, which I probably didn't notice, to be honest, it's something to do with that.
Spoilers, Rise of the Palpatine.
The biggest problem is, though, Sheev.
Sheev?
Sheev. That's his first name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Sheev Palpatine. But yeah, you learn something new and useless every day. But yeah,
I always thought he was called Ian. Good old Ian that looks like an English teacher.
I just found him to be very, very spongy. I ummed and ahed many times over this. It kept dropping in price. I mean, it was like 25, then it was 20, then it was 15. And it hovered around 15 for quite a while, didn't it? And then it sort of finally dropped. I mean, oddly enough, it was more expensive on the Xbox. I don't know why it was, but it was always £5 more expensive on the Xbox.
You can see it was, weren't it?
Yeah, everywhere we looked, no matter what the time or the price was, it was always £5 more expensive.
Maybe.
So if this was 15, the Xbox One was 20. If this one was 20, the Xbox One was 25.
I reckon there's a shortage of green that they make the cases for, so they need to make more money.
I don't know if maybe that runs more stable. You know, I mean, in general, the Xbox One X1 in theory should always run better. You know, in a multi-format thing. In theory, it should always run better, but it does depend on lots of different factors.
EA.
And, you know, servers.
We just keep saying EA.
All kinds of stuff.
How much EA want to make that week?
Yeah. But you know, I can see Dragon Age being dropped and then going from Knights of the Old Republic. But we'll see.
That would be cool.
Totally see. Yeah. I mean, if they just like get the fucking guys from like we said before, get the guys from Jedi Fallen Order together. Get the guys from the Old Republic together. Get them to sort of like mishmash their heads in a blender for a while, until you get all the best parts of both games mixed together, and you'd have something absolutely
something
amazing.
With lots of depth. That would be the best.
Yeah.
Because it did feel like, even though I spent like 25 hours doing everything in Fallen Order, it felt like I was skimming the surface.
Yeah.
And when it ended, I was kind of like, oh.
You'd have a huge, deep, involving, twisting story where you choose where it's going, and you can choose where, and you can explore the galaxy and do what you want. You're not just following a set path or anything, or very limited. Or it doesn't feel like
you can planet hop any time you want. So you can go to different planets if you want. There you go.
Yeah.
But to progress the story, you need to go to certain planets.
Yeah. That's kind of that's very nice to the Republic. That's very much like you could very much be like halfway through, one mission on a planet, and you say, "Still, it goes nowhere."
Yeah. Pretty much just run all the way back, get back in your ship, and away you go.
It's nice to the Old Republic when you kind of learn which planets to go to, when and how. You can really kind of like beef up and just beast it, you know, on hard settings and stuff like that. But Anthem, I'm looking forward to playing it, but it's not in VR, so there is.
Can you actually play normal games with the VR headset?
Yes.
What does it do? Is it like a cinema view or something?
It's just like a fucking great big cinema screen. It's playing in a big fucking cinema screen with nice.
Well, if your telly ever dies, at least you've got an
My TV
alternative.
is dead. My TV at the moment is
not
not
100%.
It's not alive. It's a fucking zombie. It's all fucking pixelated stuff on it, so it's not good. But
Not that he knows of his VR headset being
no.
connected to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say though, you know, you do have some blurriness with the picture. I don't know what the resolution actually is on that screen.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a single screen that's split into two, isn't it? It's not two separate screens. It is a screen that's split into two with two different things. But I believe it's around the 720p resolution. I believe. So,
I reckon they should bring back, you know, buy cereal, get free VR games that you did with the glasses in the back cover and like Jaws 3D and all that back in the day. That was the best.
No,
or the scrape-on the transfers.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember the Superman ones. They were great.
Yeah. I remember the Jaws ones. I put them in my pack lunchbox. I got told off the pack lunchbox was new. It was a mask translator. Put mask on as well.
Oh dear.
Memories.
The best cereal giveaway were the Shredded Wheat Back to the Future Choose Your Adventure comics. Those things were amazing. I did not see Back to the Future for many years. My only experience with Back to the Future for many years was those little cereal box comics. I mean, I had, I think, 2 of them, maybe 3, and that was my only experience. And I loved them, and I had this kind of great fondness for Back to the Future. But I'd never seen it. I'd never actually seen it, and when I did actually get to see it, it was pretty hype. So.
I always remember first thing in the morning hoping it was the new cereal day so I can get the toy. Is it new cereal? It's just
but we had that back in the day. I mean, we, you know, there were lots of movies that you never saw, but you saw like the premiere on TV. You know that thing where they show all the stars?
Premiere.
And there'd be the stars, or, you know, all the stars would kind of turn up for the film's premiere. They'd show lots of tiny little clips, and it would get you completely hyped for the film. But you ain't going to go.
Like 8 minutes long or something, if I remember correctly.
Half an hour or something. Half an hour or something. But there would only be a few minutes worth of, like, but even an hour long. But there wouldn't be much actual film footage. You'd be making of footage and interviews with the actors and stuff. But the really, you know, it was a big thing. It would be like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you know, I remember watching Superman 3 one, like Richard Pryor, all that stuff, you know, and it was like a really big deal.
If I remember correctly, that had footage in it that wasn't in the actual film.
I think so.
So everyone was like, "What? What? Why is this all different?" Because they changed loads to 3, didn't they? Yeah. But anyway.
But that was back in the day, and you were hyped, you know, and you had like the books, you know, you had like the Ladybird books and that sort of stuff of movies because you didn't have.
I like the Gremlins one with the tapes that you could get as well. They were the best.
All that stuff, all very strange, you know, very, very fucking different world today. Where
you just pick something up, you scan the little QR code, and, you got your full video for free or something on your phone.
Yeah.
You don't get a little toy to twist on or your glasses you can take into school with 3 different backgrounds, or save up tokens and send off for snap, crackle and pop plastic things you can put in your bike and your spokes. Do you remember them? Your spoke reflectors.
No, what are they called?
Did I say spokes?
No, you did. Yeah,
is that correct?
That's right. Can you remember Spokey Dokies?
Spokey Dokies. I can now. That's cool.
Those little things that go up and down on your spokes.
Yeah.
And make a noise.
Like you're doing one of those bloody maths things.
Yeah, that's an abacus.
Abacus, yeah. They were cool. Thing is, I had a BMX, I had bloody mag wheels. Those were all amazing with all this. I was like,
yeah, same with it.
Well,
I had them on my race set, and then when I got my BMX with the mag wheels, I couldn't put them on. So
look at everyone else, really cool. We could put stickers on our mag wheels.
Yeah, that's true.
Reflected stickers. They were crap.
They
weren't as good.
Should we do that pickup?
Yeah, why? You're still here. We're sorry.
You're still here.
The thing is,
we're still here.
The thing is, this is the first footage we've filmed for a shitload of long time. So,
God, well, we've got enough footage for like 3 different random videos here.
I used to separate them, didn't I, into like 3 weeks? No. Is your seat warm yet? Are you late for work? Yes. Anyway,
I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Moving on. You've missed us. To be honest.
Like, there's 2 more games left. Okay. They're both just a bit similar, really. The first one, now I mentioned this last month when Cliff picked up Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap. And I said, yeah, I really want Monster Boy. And then the arseholes went and reduced it at Christmas.
Half price,
so, yeah, it was like 15 quid. So
I wanted to get it, but I just forgot about it. And it's
Yeah,
like went
yeah,
back
yeah,
at the full price when I went to get it. And I was like, oh.
yeah. So I sort of Toodlebug sort of put that he kind of like got like Monster Boy and stuff, and it's like I kind of got it at sort of roughly about the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's bloody amazing. I sort of said like last time that perhaps Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap looks nicer. I really do think they look the same. They have a slightly different style. There's a huge crispness to Monster Boy that is really nice and vibrant and stuff. And there's more of a paintingness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's more of a painting kind of feel.
Bob
Yeah.
colouring as you're going along.
Yeah. Almost like
the trees in
almost
the
like happy little trees.
Yeah. Smile. If you can't draw happy little trees, just why have I got no wicked?
Wiggity wiggity wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Ross rules.
Bob Ross is awesome. And the biggest problem is that any even unimaginative or unfunny parody.
Cornrows.
I know, definitely.
Yeah, but imagine him with cornrows, really tight. Wonder what he'd look like.
I would just
really late.
I would feel obligated to come behind him and just make a mohawk, you know, just go bzzz, so he's kind of like got the sort of the thing up there, it's all fuzzy.
It'd be a fluffy mohawk.
No, it'd be just a fuzzy mohawk up like that, you know.
You could do a Guile sort of haircut as well, couldn't you?
Yeah. So a razor head.
Yeah.
So.
Bit of gel, bit of wax, you know.
Yeah.
Vivian.
Monster Boy.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop it, that's far too silly. It's Monster Boy. The one thing I will say, I was very first playing it. You sort of play it, and you know, you kind of like go here and there. You get power ups, and then you get to different areas, to different things, all that sort of stuff. The one thing I will say is, right at the very beginning, I got some money and I bought some power ups and bits and pieces. And I got almost to the end of the level, the first level. And
I know what you're talking about now.
There was a thing where you could buy, like, essentially an extra life. And I didn't have enough coins. I only needed about 2 or 3 coins. And I thought, no, I'll carry on. If I need it and I die and stuff, I'll come back. And no, you can't. When you get to the boss, it fucking hard saves and you can't go back. That I think could make things very hard later on if you're not completely aware of it and you don't try and sort of beef yourself up, because if you can't beat that boss, you're
right at the very start.
Right at the very start. So it's not a big deal. You can restart if you do that. But my advice is, if you have the money almost the money to get something, go fucking off and kill a few things, get the money, and get that thing. No matter what it is on whatever level, just kind of do that, you know. If you know, don't put it off and carry on forwards. Just kind of go get the money and do that. Other than that, great game. I mean, absolutely amazing. The design's really clever and it's really good. It's an awesome animated 3D, animated cartoon intro and stuff. It's really awesome. And put the theme song in Japanese though, because the singing in English is very poor. But yeah, you know. Really recommended, really damn good. I would have loved the physical, but I'm not paying 55 for a physical when I can pay 15 for digital. It's that simple. I would have absolutely adored the special edition one they released in America to go with my Dragon's Trap special edition. It would have looked really, really nice together. And there's also, a different company released a remake of Wonder Boy, the original Wonder Boy, and they did a limited edition of that as well, so you could like put all bloody 3 together. Bloody awesome. But yeah, and I love all the original music and stuff that's in Monster Boy, and like I said last month and stuff, and it's just really damn good. I super recommend that. It's a fantastic sort of retro-esque game with more modern sort of like styling, but a real
thankfully not pixel 8-bit looking like nearly all retro remakes are these days.
Oh, you're not going to go off on that again, are you?
Stop it! You're still doing it. It's 2020 and there was like 2 on there this week. Stop it!
They're cheap to make. That's what.
I don't care. We've had enough of those fucking versions of everything.
Well, shut the fuck up, you! 8-bit! 8 fucking bit! And we're going on to basically a game that is essentially Wonder Boy Monsterland style.
Yeah.
And it's a Gelos, which is 8-bit. It's 8-bit.
See what I mean?
It's actually like it's pretty good. I mean, this honestly it was £5.
I've never even heard of it.
It was £5 on Amazon.
AG loss.
Yeah. It's up to about, I think I looked the other day, it was 12 quid or something. But just before Christmas, it was a
Soliga, is it backwards?
I thought about getting this on digital. I was looking for it cheap on digital, and I looked on Amazon. It was a £5. I'm like, oh, no brainer. I love that.
That's cool.
Look, manual.
No disc.
No manual.
But there's no disc.
No, but look, we're going to show them.
Yeah.
Look, proper manual. A proper.
It's not proper size though, is it? It's
No,
kind
but
of
look, no, it's a proper manual.
Yeah.
It's like a little funky 8-bit fucking.
But
manual.
does it have space for your own notes at the back?
No, it doesn't.
If you just scribble on the back page.
Scrapple.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it would be nice to have all the monsters and stuff on there and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, and yes, I will completely admit that this feels very sloppy compared to even if we were just playing 8-bit Wonder Boy 3. It just kind of, it looks nicer than 8-bit Wonder Boy 3.
Yeah.
But it does like feel a little sloppy. The gameplay is not as tight and stuff, but it's a lot better than Wonder Boy in
High Tech World.
Monsterland.
Monsterland.
It's a lot better than that. It's not as good as Monster World, but it's better than Monsterland. Monsterland is very flawed. This is kind of like Monsterland hugely improved, like hugely improved. And it's quite enjoyable. I mean, if you can get this cheap, yeah.
That's so irritating.
If you can get this cheap, I really recommend it. It's not the greatest game, but it is good for what it is. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing as like Wonder Boy 3. I think you get armor, you get power-ups and stuff that you get to different areas, that sort of thing. So Metroidvania-esque in some ways. Wonder Boy 3 isn't really Metroidvania. There's like sections that you can only get to with certain power-ups and stuff. But with Wonder Boy 3, you kind of have to just do them in order, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right, yeah.
You don't have a lot of areas where you can kind of like find secrets. There are a few, but it's kind of a little bit Metroidvania light, you know, I'd say. I wouldn't say it's not a Metroidvania, but I'd say Wonder Boy 3 is Metroidvania light. Monster Boy seems to be a little bit more Metroidvania, and this seems, I would probably say this could be the same. I could be wrong, I haven't got that far on it. If I was going to play this, I would probably play Monster Boy instead at the moment.
Yeah.
Once I've cleared that, I'd probably go back to this.
But you've got, you say you got that there. Then it's only a £5, you can't complain.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cheaper than digital.
Yeah.
And you'd probably get 10p if you traded in CX. You'll be fed up with it.
Yeah, so I've got to admit that is like the laziest cover I have ever actually seen. I mean, I showed you it just now.
Got bored, you made it in paint for
But
like 10 minutes.
That is so lazy. It's really weird, and even the back. I mean, it's literally just a screenshot with text over the top. And then, like I say, they do the weird thing. They give you
An
like
awesome
a manual.
Yeah, an absolutely awesome manual, but they cheap out on the cover.
Yeah, that is so damn strange. Really strange. But
it's an overfed gargoyle.
yes, you know, that just looks exactly like one of the dragons from Wonder Boy 3, really. Sort of bosses, it's very much in that style. But yeah, that will be the end of our ramblings. We promise, unless some point between us saying what I'm saying right now and somehow saying goodbye and the whole, like, you know, take care of each other and, you know, take it easy and blah blah. If some point, you know, somewhere between those 2 points we kind of like manage to mention something off on a tangent, then we will just go off on a tangent. But look, we're not going off on a tangent, we are finishing. So stay safe, guys, be good to each other, and we'll see you soon. I probably won't see you soon. You're probably so fed up by this really long video, you're never going to watch us again. I'm really sorry. You know, if there's stuff you actually liked in our ramblings today, please put down. If you didn't like our ramblings, please put down.
It's key out.
And goodbye.